Hello everybody, welcome back to my studio. This is Natifa, and today I'm going to show you guys the best way I think to store your transparency pieces. So Tim Holtz does these transparencies, right? And they're like, let me take this out of the plastic because it is definitely too bright. So he does these transparencies. This is the actual, let's see, the name of it. Transparency things too. This is two, and he has a bunch of other ones that I think I've already used in different projects or whatever else. So, and I'll show you guys those. But these transparencies are like kind of clearish type pieces. You can see through them. See, and they're really, really great. I think these are really amazing. I think these are underrated products. I think these are products that people just don't utilize. And I really wish that people understand just how cool these things are. But the problem that I have run into, and I know other people have asked me about this too as well, is how do we store these things, right? I am becoming a firm believer that when you don't see your products that you actually have, they can really hinder you from creating, because it's sort of like you're not seeing the things that you need to see to create. And so one of the things that I love to do is to catalog my items, catalog all the things as far as I'm concerned. But these are really hard to tape on the back because they're going to literally, if you put glue on here, it's going to peel the image off of the back. So how do you do this? And I think I have a fairly simple way to do this that kind of falls within the same line of what I have taught you guys before, and how I catalog everything else. Okay, so for these, this one's the Halloween one. This one is number two. I think I have two number twos. So we're going to catalog all of these today because they're gorgeous. Let me just take these out. Oops, don't peel that off. All right, so you're gonna grab your, these are kind of, this one's kind of vellum. I think this one will work too. He has the vellum pieces as well. Here's some more of these. I'm just gonna kind of organize these so I have them ready to go. These are vellum. Okay, we'll see if the vellum works as well. So the vellum pieces are kind of transparent still, but they're vellum. So we'll see if that'll work. I think it'll work with our process as well. Butterflies, bat wings, all of these, so we can see how we're going to fit these together. And I have not used these because I forgot about them. And so in my quest to use all of my supplies that I buy, I again noticed that I use more things when I see them more often. And so this is going to help me to utilize the products that I do have, so I don't just keep buying things over and over and not utilizing them, not having storage space for them, because I know that for me, having all the bins of all these things is super stressful. But again, I think people don't use the supplies because they don't see them, honestly. And there are things that when I'm making stuff, there are things that I'm like, man, I wish I had, you know, this and that and the other. For example, I'm just finishing up this journal. I'm going to show you guys this journal. And I know there's still things I want to add in here, but like going through and like just finding that very like special piece that I wanted to put on this one, right? It's just nice to have like your things all organized and you can see the exact piece you're missing. You know, like I was looking at stuff last night and I was like, okay, I want something to go on the back side of this. And I did not even realize I had these. And then I found them and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have a bunch of these, and I was able to stuff them in different like places as fillers, you know? So again, I just think that is the best thing you can do. And I imagine myself really spending time organizing all of my my supplies and cataloging all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what else we need, and then we will kind of jump in. All right, so similar to other projects, we're going to use craft cardstock and a laminating pouch. Now, these are 6mm. I think they're 6mm laminating sheets, but these are like 100-pound cardstock. I don't think you need this weight, but I'm just going to do because that's what I have in my studio, and a laminating sheet. And we're going to laminate this sheet like how we've done in the past with the other books for the baseboards. Okay, so I'm going to need this, and then once we laminate these, I'll show you the actual thing that I use to actually stick these to this. So essentially all you're going to do is just stick these onto your laminating sheet, but I'll show you the best way to do that once we laminate our cardstock. So let's do that next. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to put my laminating sheets in here and kind of go from there. So I'll just sort of organize all of these first. I don't know how many I'm going to need for this. I feel like a bunch. So I'm going to do like maybe 10. Because you can always add more to this later on as you buy more stuff. So we have our sheets that are laminated. Let's make sure they're all on the right side. My right side is the side that has, so my left side would be the side that doesn't have as much, actually the side that has more of this little like lip is my left side, because that's the side that I want to punch my holes on. So I'm just going to go through and make sure I'm going to punch my holes on these. I'm going to punch a hole in these. I'm going to put these into a binder as well. I mean, you don't have to, honestly, but if we're really in the spirit of organizing all the things, it makes sense to have it somewhere, stored somewhere. So the reason why I want to use this is because in my other book, in my Ephemera book, I use a sketchbook from, I think Hansen is the brand. And honestly, that paper is really great for, you know, being able to remove all of like my ephemera as I need them and put them back in there. But for this, I'm using this because I want to be able to stick my my sheet or my little transparency onto my sheet without its, you know, it being able to come off and not putting anything on the back of this, because this is going to be damaged if I do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my gloves because I know that I just put lotion on my hands and I don't want a lot of oils onto this, on these sheets. And these gloves are really beat up a bit. So I've been getting to using gloves a lot recently for making things because I'm noticing my fingers, the tips of my fingers are getting really rough and like scratchy. And I think it's because I'm constantly doing some washing of my hands, etc., with all of my inks and everything else. And I need to kind of not do that anymore. So if you want to wipe this down with some alcohol, you can. I'm being lazy today, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so all I'm going to do is just grab these and I'm going to start laying these out to kind of see where I want to put them. Now, this is why I did a bunch of these, because I knew these were going to take up a lot of space. And you want to kind of have them kind of separated because you're going to need to. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need is, and I'm sure all of you guys have this in your studio in one shape or another, is some washi tape. I know, it's really simple. Do not use like Scotch tape. Don't use, I was thinking about using removable Scotch tape. And that might work, but I know that I already have washi tape and it's prettier, right? And so I was like, I'm going to get a medium size version of it. And I'm just going to go to town with this because that's all it is. And so the nice thing about the washi tape is that washi tapes comes off, you know, really easily from things. And it's not very, very sticky, at least the ones in my studio. Some of them are stickier than others, but these are not as sticky as like, you know, permanent tape. And when I rip it off, it's not going to damage my transparency. So that's why I think this is like perfect. So this isn't a completed one, and I've had this one made. You guys know I like to test things out before I share them with you all. I made this one probably like a week and a half ago, and I've been kind of testing it to see if it'll work. And so essentially all you're doing is just taping your transparency to the little plastic thing, and that's all. And it just comes off very easily. I'll rip off, but it'll come off, and you can peel this off of your transparency, and it's not going to damage it. Do you see that? It doesn't damage it. It doesn't get stuck. There's no residue. It's just there. And so it just works. And I was like, oh, this is kind of easy to do. So I loved it for that. So this is what we're going to be doing today. So I know if you want to just follow along, you can, but all we're doing is just washi taping this sucker together. And you don't have to like rip it off with, now this is going to stick on my fingers, but you can do it whichever way you want to. You do small pieces. You don't have to do very large pieces either. But now you can see what you have in your stock of transparencies and don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, you know, and you can put these in a book. And you know, I love a good piece of eye candy. So just imagine looking at this. Let's see here. Look at that. And it's just in there. Now, these smaller, well, let's see, we'll do the smaller ones on the other side, but I just want to put the bigger ones down because it's like, you can have those already ready to go. And I'm going to try the vellum sheet. So I didn't try the vellum before. I don't know how that one's going to work. It might be a little bit more. I would say if you're going to do the vellum in here, it probably will work, but I would say when you're removing it, be very, very careful because vellum tears much easier than your transparencies. Okay, so, but the vellum works in there too. You just, you know. Awesome. So there you have it, y'all. And just like that, look at that. It's already done. I love that. Just think it's so brilliant. I'm like, it's already just ready to go, you know? So I love that. So I'm going to go through and do the rest of them. I'm going to lay them out first. And I may have went overkill here with the sheets laminating, but that's okay. Again, you want to put space between them because you're going to need that space to tape your stuff down. Okay, so this is the binder that I have my baseboards in. You guys, if you watched my baseboard video, you saw me make this one as well. And I use the same format with the laminated cardstock. So if you haven't seen this video and you want to store your baseboards, this is a good option. And it's still holding up pretty well. So I think that is good. I'm just going to add my transparencies to my binder so that way I have it. And this one will be last because it is... it has a backside, so this is going to be interesting, but I just love this. This is so fun. I'm gonna add this in here, and I can already see my binder starting to fill up. That's all I think. These are extra ones. And we'll close this. And so here we just have our little binder sheets here. Going like this. I don't know how I did this one. I think I did it upside down. There we go. I'll need to reorganize that one, but essentially you can see what it is. So I think, again, I love these because it's like eye candy, and you can just kind of go through and see what you have in stock without any shenanigans. You can see all of it is all cataloged and secure for you to come back and use whenever you need to use them. And you can just add additional sheets as you need. So hopefully that was useful for you all. If you guys have any questions about anything, please let me know. But yeah, I think this is a great way to store your transparencies. The next video I'm probably going to do, I know I owe you guys a lot of videos, but I'm been working on how to store your clear stamps. And I think I have a solution to that as well. A similar format, but I made a little bit of tweaks to it. So I'm going to post that one relatively soon. So keep your eye out for that one. And if you guys like this video, I would love it if you would like the video on YouTube and also subscribe to my channel. It really does encourage me to keep making these videos, you guys. And it encourages me to keep thinking about different, tutorials and solutions that I can provide to help all of us, myself included, because clearly I use this, all of us to store our materials in a way that's going to allow us to use them better by seeing them more. So I love this solution for me. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. If you have a better solution, please be kind and let the rest of us know. But I love this. And so hopefully it works for you as well. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, or if you're trying to figure out how to store something else, let me know as well, and I'll see what I can come up with. Okay. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys live your life in courage, and I hope you make somebody's day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.